Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Hanukkah that's passed. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Just all of it. Happy holidays to you. It's episode 41 of PHumblepodcast, holiday edition. There's going to be a few holiday editions of Phumblepodcast coming to you, starting with this one, episode 41. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you've been to my YouTube channel, you've probably noticed a few changes to my banner. Yes. Now, Pej the Maniac and Phumblepodcast have joined powers, and they're both on my YouTube channel. You've probably noticed I've been posting my videos on there now from my Pej the Maniac content, the comedy content. Make sure you follow Pej the Maniac on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. That's all I got. All right. It's a lot out there. I know I will eventually try to get on more social media outlets. But I'm digging to TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and sometimes Snapchat. That's a good setup for me. I'm digging it. Today's episode is about what my New Year's resolutions are going to be. Okay? We're going to talk about it, and I want you to comment on this episode, letting me know what are some New Year's resolutions you have. What are you thinking to add to your list? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. The biggest New Year's resolution I have, and this has been something I've always been a fan of, I've always loved to do growing up. I never really took it seriously as far as pursuing it. I wanted to for many years. Long story short, I am now an actor. Yes, I am now pursuing something I should have pursued a long time ago. However, I'm not regretful. Everything happens for a reason. I believe in that. I took from the year 25 to 35. And by the way, I just turned 36 on the 9th. So I've given myself those last 10 years to really soul search. I really wanted to find myself and see what do I really want to get out of this life. And you guys saw the inception of that with this podcast. Okay. At the beginning of 2021, you guys had heard my promo about starting this Phumblepodcast and where I was trying to go with my career and also with my life, because I wholeheartedly believe that we need to find our true selves. We need to find who we are. And we need to go for it hard. We need to go for that because in my experience, and I'm sure a lot of you may agree, not pursuing the gifts that we were blessed with, that we were put on this earth with, not pursuing that is it's not fun, right? It's not fun. And that was me the last 10 years. I was basically just teaching music, and I love teaching music, so don't get me wrong. I appreciate it, but there was more that I wanted from an artist perspective. And to my family and everyone, I always wanted to be, I was always the goofball. I was always the guy with the jokes, and people who know me know that. But I was it was my purest state, which is ironically, right? Actually, not ironically for me, but coincidentally, is embedded into Fumble Podcast, right? Purity of the mind. I've talked about this in my promos, and it still holds true. And I'm not planning on changing that. Okay. I always want the purity in things within myself, with people around me. And my purest form is being an entertainer. Okay. And that's why I'm pursuing what I've always loved to do, and I'm actually doing it now. Why haven't I pursued it till this point? The biggest factor stopping me was fear. Yeah. It's as fake as fear is, it got the better of me for many years, and it wouldn't let me really pursue what I wanted to pursue. Now, I wasn't afraid of hard work. That's never been what stopped me. I think I was more afraid of failing. But I've done a lot of search within myself, and I've gotten to the point where at 34, I really started to make sense of it. And from 34 till now, being 36, it's almost like screaming at me, right? It's like if I have to be afraid, it's me being afraid of not trying, right? So I'm doing this now, right? I'm going to pursue it. I've been serious about it for months, and I'm going to continue to do it. There's nothing stopping me from continuing to pursue comedy and pursue acting. And I love it. It keeps my creative mind going, and with a creative mind that's continuing to be putting in the practice and putting in the time to be unique and be interesting, it really makes me feel alive. I don't know why I went. It really keeps me alive. I honestly feel like I'm alive right now, and I think the last 10 years, I didn't feel like I was really living. I was kind of just going through the motions, right? But it wasn't my pure self, and that is the motto behind this podcast. That is the motto behind my life. I have to be all with, I can only be one version of me, right? And that is being my purest self. I can't lie to myself anymore, right? I have to pursue this. What are your passions, right? What are some of your passions that you have been either pursuing, which I'm proud of you for. Good for you for doing that. Let me know in the comments. What are you pursuing? What are you some of you may not be pursuing it. What about that? I want you to talk to me about that in the comments. You can write me, you can follow me, and you can DM me on Instagram. I want to hear from you. I want to hear about what is a passion you had that you discovered, right? And you, for whatever reason, have not pursued it. Also talk to me about fear. What are your views on fear? Okay. Some of you have it down. Fear doesn't matter, right? Some of my greatest influencers that influenced me, they talk about it. Denzel Washington, one of the great actors that I admire. He got me to see beyond failure. He said you need to enjoy failing. You have to almost appreciate it and learn from it, because that is all you're going to do ultimately. So enjoy that ride, right? The journey is really what all the lessons sit in, right? All the lessons are within the journey. You gotta enjoy the grind. You gotta do that. And I'm at that point. I've been at that point, and perspective is everything, and I think I'm starting to, and I have found that clarity. Now, is it continuing to become more and more clear? Of course, because I'm not quitting it anymore, right? I'm not gonna give up based on fear, and because of that, some opportunities have started to arise, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I want to hear how you guys are doing with your battle with fear. Some of you may not even have it anymore, and that's great. I want to hear from you. I want to hear how you guys are thinking. The other part for me that's important is the humility factor, right? Listen, it's in the podcast. We already know. Phumblepodcast, the Humble. The H is capitalized for a reason. The P is meant to represent me, right? Pej. And I lowercase it on purpose to show humility and as a reminder. And it's, listen, you can never be too humble. I've learned that. I'm learning it now, right? Anytime I feel like, okay, I think I'm a little humble, that already shows you that I'm not being humble. It's shown me that, because immediately I'll see a lesson unfold in front of my eyes. And I realize, oh my God, I'm not being humble. I've thought about it even this way. Anytime I've been upset at someone, when I had time to reflect on it and think, and I had clarity, I realized the reason I was upset at them is because they did something that I would otherwise not do. And the fact that it bothered me is because my way was not lining up with their way. Humility. It got me through that. It helps me to broaden my mind. It forced this in here to be like, yo, stop thinking in this box, right? Think outside that box. It's a cliche, but it's true. And it really helped me. So humility and fear, and lack thereof for the fear, it's been what really has led me to this point. And I'm so excited about waking up again and doing life to the fullest, you know? But yeah, so I'm pursuing acting. I'm also, I'm already starting to put my name out there. I'm talking to stand-up comics to get the advice from them. And it might be in the works for me to go up on stage. I'm not afraid anymore, even if I fail, right? I almost expect it to happen because it's part of the process. It's part of learning. There's nothing wrong with failing as long as we don't quit. If you refuse to quit, it starts to become contagious. Something happened to me, and I see it every day. And every time I want to complain and bitch and moan, as soon as I have the mindset of no matter what, I'm not going to quit, something opens up in my mind. All of a sudden, I get a spark of creativity. Something happens. There are days where I have no idea what to create content-wise. And then with the whole Pej the Maniac stuff, I'm just like, what am I going to do? I don't have time. I'll start making excuses, right? And then I tell myself, no, that's the old way of thinking. So it takes me breaking some of those habits, and I realize that, right? They say it takes 21 days to form a new habit, right? Or get rid of an old habit. So trust me, the grind is real, but I know that I'm doing what I was meant to do. And that's what makes the fight worth it. Okay. I love it, man. It's great. So yeah, I want to hear your resolutions, right? I want to hear about your passions. I also want to hear about your resolutions. Now, a little bit of administrative stuff. I'm going to be gone. Okay. I'm going to Ireland. All right. This is episode 41. Episode 43 is going to be the season finale of season 2 of Fumble Podcast. All right. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys in a couple weeks. But I'm excited about going to Ireland to see my half brother-in-law and his family. I have met him already once. And that's got to be a whole other podcast where we talk about that. That story in itself is amazing. And I'm very excited about seeing his 3 kids and his wife and his adopted parents. And being in Ireland to begin with. I always wanted to go to Ireland from a musical background. I always appreciated Irish music, Irish jig. And I geeked out to it. There's something about it, right? and I don't have an ounce of Irish on me. I haven't done 23andMe. I haven't done Ancestry, but it's safe to say I can take a wild guess that I don't have much Irish in my blood. So my infatuation with it, it's purely musical, right? And I love their energy, right? Now what's going to be interesting is me being straight edge in Ireland. Now that's going to be really fun. There's already jokes between us on our WhatsApp between my brother-in-law Dara over there in Ireland. Obviously Irish. The Irish are known for having some pints and throwing back a few. So I like it. It's a good challenge for me. I want to be the crazy fuck out there that is sober, that everyone thinks is drunk. That's my mission. And I want to try to capture some of that because that's going to be part of my vlog style podcast when we return. So that episode is yet to be determined, but it will definitely be part of season 3 of Phumblepodcast. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. It would mean a lot. Show me some love and let me know what you think I can work on, it can improve. I'm open to it. I want to hear it. I like constructive criticism, right? I wanna improve the setting, and I am working on this, on the background and all of that. I'm creating all of that. So yeah, man, it's an exciting time of year. Let me know where you guys are headed, right? If you guys are headed anywhere interesting for the first time, it's going to be Ireland for me for the first time. Going into Dublin. That's how they say it. Dublin. All the Irish people watching, I'm sorry. I'm not really good at accents, which is not part of my shtick, by the way. If you watch my videos, I try not to do accents. I can do it if I apply myself, but my bread and butter is in the content, right? I want to try to make my content more creatively funny and more interesting. And I got a lot of that coming for you as going into 2022, which I'm excited to share. I have a lot of series that I'm putting together. I have a lot of bits that I'm putting together. Seasonal bits you've seen with the Santa bit I have another Santa one and a couple more ideas coming your way in the next day or two. But yeah, it's fun times. Feel like I've woken up. It's the best way to describe it. I've woken up and I don't want to go back to sleep. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. I have to be myself. So it was going to be a short episode this week. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Yeah. So I will be pursuing auditions and the whole nine, right? I want to feel all of it, and I am excited and I cannot wait to share with you future good news that's coming my way, because I know it's coming my way because hard work fucking pays off, and I believe it, and I'm being me, and there's nothing else that is meant for me other than being an entertainer. So let me entertain you. I want to hear all your comments, guys. This has been Fumble Podcast, episode 41. Happy holidays, safe travels if you're going anywhere. Enjoy it. There's episodes going to be coming out in the next couple weeks, all the way through Christmas and New Year's. I'll be coming back from Ireland on the first day of 2022, January 1. So I will try to keep posting content from overseas.